Good afternoon, Kristen Collins here on Wellbeing Wednesday. Great to reconnect with you guys and lots of wonderful stuff I'm really excited to chat with you about today. So I hope you're doing well and I hope you're self-caring. This morning, I found myself taking a yoga class on the Peloton app, and I went in and put in my favorite instructor who just rocks my world, Dennis Morton. He just is a really great yoga instructor. I love his messaging. And I found that they were offering a very unique experience called all-in-one yoga. And they had 6 of their yoga instructors teaching a class. So they averaged about 5-6 minutes each. And it was so cool. And I couldn't wait to share it with you guys because foundationally, I think it really set the tone for what I want to connect with you on today as we continue to go through our Unlocking the Keys to Emotional Well-Being. But what is the foundation for unlocking those keys, right? And that's the releasement of judging each other and being inclusive and accepting that we're all here on our own journey and divinely timed and perfect. And that's what makes living so interesting and how boring it would be if we were all the same. So taking the 6 different instructors and having them go back to back and really being able to experience their different delivery made me really conscious of how cool it is to have the difference of styles, the musical choices that they had. And I was like, wow, I'm rocking out to some U2. And then somebody else is like really tranquil. So for your self-care, are you diversifying? Are you embracing your offerings on how you treat yourself and how we embrace one another? So as a reminder, what we're doing over the next couple weeks is based on the Kids Minds Matter Mental Health Monday video that I was really fortunate to put out at the end of June. We are now diving deeper each Wellbeing Wednesday into 1 or 2 of the topics. And I'm going to try to cover 2 today because they really coordinate and go hand in hand. But as a reminder, we've already talked for Unlocking the Keys to Emotional Well-Being. We talked about taking deep breaths and being in the present moment. We've talked about reducing distractions, and we've talked last week about feeling your emotions. And I really want to thank all of you who have been touching in. It's really inspiring to me and soul satiating, and is going to be in relation to what we're going to talk about today, which is purpose, your life's purpose. It's really my life's purpose to connect with others and support their awakening, support their finding of their purpose and their why and their self-care and their self-love. That's my life's purpose. So you guys are really fueling my life's purpose when you touch in and you share, your struggles, your celebrations, your emotions. And so thank you for that. And please continue touching in because it helps me live my life's purpose. So as part of our wellness wheel, what is purpose? And do you know your purpose? And why is it important to our emotional well-being to know our purpose and to execute living our life on purpose? So I only discovered my purpose a few years ago, and it was really interesting because I didn't understand what it meant at the time when I figured it out. I just knew when I heard the words finally come out of my mouth after I was deep diving into what is my life's purpose? Why am I here? What is the point of all this? And I heard myself say, I inspire awakening. And I'm like, that just fit. I was able to exhale. I just felt like I had come home. I felt so at peace and just soul satiated. And the funniest part was I didn't even know what that really meant. And it's been since I identified my life's purpose and I've grown into what that can look like. Now, when I am connecting with someone and I see that little pop of awakening where someone has an aha, I'm like, ooh, that gets me so excited. That's what fuels my soul. That's what makes me want to get out of bed in the morning, is the adventure of how do I get to connect with people, not only to inspire my own awakening, but to support others. So as your next step in unlocking the keys to your emotional well-being, I encourage you to take some time and figure out, why are you here? What is your unique destiny, your unique purpose? Because for every human that's on this planet, there is a divine purpose. And knowing it and living it is what's going to satiate your emotional well-being. how do you find your purpose, right? And I've researched tools, there's apps where, coaches, I used a hypnotherapist to help me find mine. How do you find your purpose? Well, number one is to know that you have a purpose. So that's to start. Sitting in the present moment and contemplating your purpose is another way of discovering it. Having nice conversations with people in a safe container to vet and dialogue and just kind of be inspired to hear what comes out of your mouth, because that's what happened to me. You can read, there's wonderful books on purpose. And I think when we get out of our 7-part series on unlocking the keys, we'll spend some more time in how do you actually find your purpose. But for today, A, know that you have one, and B, I encourage you to sit in that present moment, really get in touch with your inner being, your inner knowing, and discover your life's purpose. Nothing feels better. The next step that I think aligns once you know your purpose is casting your vision. So unlocking your keys to emotional and mental well-being is knowing who you are, knowing why you're here, knowing your purpose, and then taking the next step to cast your vision. Knowing your purpose doesn't mean that that's what you do for a living. It's nice when you can live your life's purpose at work, just like you can live it at home and you can live it in your community or in your organization. But it doesn't mean that you have to quit your job and go, I have to live my life on purpose. You can find your purpose and cast your vision really in any role that you've chosen to take. And it makes work actually have less pressure on the organization to satiate your happiness and your mental well-being when you know your purpose and you cast your vision. So knowing what it is that you're here to do and having a dream, having a pathway, not being attached to the outcome, right? So you can cast your vision, and then when something crosses that throws you off your vision, right? Taking that pause and being curious about it and being like, wow, I wonder what that was all about. It's so interesting. So how do you cast your vision and then be open to whatever life and the world throws you and not getting thrown off when other people are disrupting your vision? I have found that pause that I've worked out through meditation to bring me that curiosity and that wonder about when my vision is disrupted. That's when the real growth happens. So those are our next 2 steps in unlocking our keys, are knowing your purpose and casting your vision. And then I want to leave you today. I just got off of a Zoom webinar it was offered by the Global Wellness Institute. And it was called Love as a Business Strategy. And it was the Chief Wellness Officer for Hyatt that put this on. And I time blocked for that webinar because I'm like, yeah, how is love a business strategy? How are you measuring that, improving the ROI to people who, will move forward if you can prove that? So I'm really excited with the content that I received this morning, very divinely. And why I'm sharing that with you is A, I'm going to be putting some of that content out in the near future, but B, my vision is one of light and love. And I know my purpose. I know where I want to go. I'm not thrown off when people seem to disrupt that. And what starts happening when you cast your vision is you start attracting the people, the information, the opportunities that you never even knew were available or was even possible. And that's what happened. I've been a part of the Global Wellness Institute for a while. I've never been on a webinar of theirs. And all of a sudden this week, when that one crossed, I was like, that is exactly the information I need right now. And I took 6 pages of notes. It was amazing. So cast your vision, put it out there. Don't be attached to the outcome, and enjoy the journey. Really great to reconnect with you guys. I look forward to spending the week in dialogue with you, and I'll see you next Wellbeing Wednesday. Thanks for the opportunity. Bye.